nipa na bono krana bese minkumya na sheye muma I promise everybody adosu yeni ye yes I try yes am I okay braba he na konto koni yeah Jama nada wo yeah Nipa na fono krana Pese minkumya na sheye muma I promise everybody adosu yeah me rawo that is me rawo braba he na konto koni no question nipa na mpenika je wani twa na okwa mu po wanyi ntumuda aba onya memra na fe ya twatwene na ya dane ye ni so nyansafo na ye ebu nipa ye ni mani wo ye ni mferie ye fe ni die ye die wo ntia so seye obedi obi hu adanse kumu anya nipa ni mfeva teche madene bosha hodosu ni nyina onteda onya me achi difo no po ne mane ye ya efi se wonyina nim se da che obebu akonta enso trust them na so fashe ni nika ni ebubu so ni anonte oyo jiji sika se nyame ma Peter Achede was I here the checkwa tie ba de say na sorry manage consultation number Yesu Kristo bako Draco Bono bako e ba de tiasie ni tremu ada bi we the nipa when we na minipa prayer ni bidipa enti da bia wo kekare wanim kire nyame sompa challenge it's not funny anymore no some other believers.
Today is another day here with us, and we are looking at the issues and matters arising in this country. Something to watch him with TV now to a higher Globe TV. And then a year wada Bosume Womi July, and then the Toso a year and song na yehe. Dear Neho baby says, yehe na about be a yehe. But surprisingly, today, being Thursday, I'm just a bit worried about the happenings and the specific issues popping up as far as the IMF is concerned. Well, my name is Emmanuel Quarshie, and this is Globe TV. And this is a program that comes your way Thursdays and Fridays, and is brought to you by Jiffas Mixture and 8P Capsules. So take it easy for me this evening. Well, we are looking at the biggest issue now, which has to do with the IMF. Now, what specifically did the NPP said when they were in opposition, considering what is happening now? Some of the view that is the law of karma, which is actually chasing the NPP. Some to have the view that no, it's bound to happen, like the president said. Now, we are looking at the bailout now we are heading towards to the IMF. What was the condition that led the then NDC to the IMF? Comparing to what is leading the NPP to the IMF, can we say it's almost the same or it's a bit different in what we are all seeing at this point in time? Now, I have with me two distinguished panelists who will be sharing with us their views, thoughts, and comments about this IMF issue. They are made of the NPP and the NDC. These are the strong political parties in the country who have been governing us for years now. And I have with me these two distinguished gentlemen in the studio. But like you know, some of this issue, you have no option than to also show or share with us your views, thoughts, and comment. And then checking from your screen, a particular number will pop up. Send your views, thoughts, and comments through WhatsApp on that very line. Now, the number is 0545-276046. 0545-276046. This is the WhatsApp line. Now, when you send your views, thoughts, and comments through that, we'll certainly read. But just make sure you remind us of where you are sending it from, being from the Upper West or Upper East region or Savannah region. Wherever you are, just try and then do that for us. Let me quickly say Yano Wula to those of you in the Upper West region, and going to the Upper East region, I'll say Langwan, and I'm back to the Northern region, I'll say Ano Wula Dagwan baby Maka unity to put and so come now. If I'm be Tamal, DD, I be Tamal, Dagwan Dabo Fon Abu Kalpo Hamyane to show Gombene, Zedjele, Lama Shao, abe sanara gumbe de savlu gumbe kumbon lol kam ka be kadi unit na ya Globe TV mbon ma won yere won wil de Emmanuel Quarshie amade yanto bolma de Hitman. Now bushafo amohe sabre ye mobia akwaba edeba dwumadi ade da so ene Ghana tie ahe Globe TV na mpenyefo atena se enche meko mo na akọ tie o madwen nyansa ni ba ko fotri mu anti eya na wo nso do wadwen che na fa eya 0545 276045 0545276046 I should say what do number message no fa so a ye be kenkan e de amount IMF I say what IMF but ni ebi say na say IMF no wote aya to say IMF no wote ase adwuma potin a wo moye IMF eye kuo bi a so oman wo ho chirewa e na omo bam ase bank bi wo mpotem ana ase kura wotim na wo ye wadwuma businessman na businesswoman ana wo ye obojo na bibie si na kopebusia no sana IMF aye but IMF o ho mtichu ne se wo ho chirewa so oman a ena ye omota bam na omoba enam sa ahokyere wo mti no omudi kan to omobo hwehwem eka kire sa ahokyere e wo man no manan ba wa ba ye hoyi ade we se wo pese ye bo ade na yi firi ho we nso fato ha saka we a oboyi cancel no ade we ye cancel omo hye mrama ansa na omo no ntiase edwuma omatam sika no e de amount NDC call IMF eno kro ne nyame nim se utie eye nsem a so tie eye nsem sabre no MPP eka kire eye NDC sabre na obeka se ne se o san bo a kire wa ho a o so be bisa ho se na enu an se na mben Jifas mixture daruma na edi dwumadi ebro Jifas mixture ya no bena ya tete kane ya no bena ya eneja nyame adom mpenyufo atena se dia fa fidie mu aso so kama dudu na anaka ne nananom ne papa nom no ma bi kuratimi ware miensa nan ene omotena se bobra wo a mo hoden se trata chitaye no a ne aso so aguntuam a yeto ne din se Jifas mixture na duro a wonya bi ebebo pa me no ekase Food and Drugs Authority at the stamp asi apampam wonya bi na onoma wankasa be ho se ekoyi pa afenso ye wona pick capsules ewo ho ano ye bonus ama eye emema no so wonya bi memena abeboa no bra ya na ya ne topa de aguntuo mu a sabre wonya bi na wo memena beboa yi wasisi amama ejanjan wasisi mu moje ni efurisa na woni paduanum eduru bi ana woni paduanum bebi atitiriti a okasa na nsena chi no wonya Jifas mixture ene ne pick up so si memena wankasa nyama be koyie de ama ene ne ye bisa ne se IMF e ba ne se na no ne se na mbia MPP e shebo e kan ye kantam se enya de a ombekọ IMF but ene me no kase no MPP chen Usain Bolt sabre no me no e kase no e ade a eye NPP e de America show akopie mu ewo IMF ehun komo ye bedi ere enumre NDC wo fidiem ha MPP nso ewo fidiem ha na yen na ho to yenkotie nkrato emfiri eye Jifas mixture so eye ba ye be share dwumadi na se ha ye Globe TV ye ba sisi ya
Hello, your friend is of Mamina na Hayford. Me yen century Messiah actress. And then you ma who do pee keka ho. And na me dwuma dinti. Ma po me den ho hia me papa na se bad ma po me den ho dia. And one Jifas mixture. Bonje. Jifas mixture nti metimi gina pabo atenten so. Just say Jifas mama your best mu ankasa. Me nia be ma ebema wo so wa ye be mama pa senti a meji jifas mixture tumpre kopani say eduro no ho te ye de afa abefu nimdie kwan so eni fidie wonwosuom na ye ne frenchem kroje ye no nti ma ye resade enu wane jifas mixture na momitie enye ma penfo oba a oma akwala nofo ana akwala a onyanya emfie dumienu
FDA ahwehwe sa edwadie nkrato yi mu agye atum se eye
jifas mixture pa pa pa
Ebuson yesan emao akwaba edeba eye Globe TV. Mamenko eye abrefo ho. Osay majo. Bibi aboko. Edanya me ase. Ibo. Majo. Obi ahwe.
Never do no power ho.
Edanya me ase. Osay.
It's all bro. You know
I don't know bro.
Oh. Some platform be so that we do because I know Chumesi. Chumesi is a fantastic guy. But that the rather name we say Chumesi bread. Enkoyi much
Chumesi me do be share because mona mo abem and you can explain better to our understanding any yehwefo. IMF considering Niama Mukaye. You can so any MPP Mra. And say IMF NDC Koy Mukan Sempa. Which you almost say the law of karma is at work because someone Mukaye Ninano. I say, I bet Dane Ibia, Adane Abomo, Duebi Adane, Abebomo. IMF meaning ye person who need DNT. And I sabre won't be here say IMF. Because I'm opinion that kind, send come money can call in tentem. You are quite separate, could never send come married in tentem, she says, and so more year delay taxes, so young call, you'll be beer or e levy by almighty e levy. They say e levy crying till one can be me and till one sem. E levy, you can say I'm because per Gabi narration, no, considering the percentage out of 100 and so far 10% per. And e-levy generated within 2 months, they are only 60 million, which is 600 billion. Meanwhile, Gavin switches are now more expected a 600 million. Now, e-levy, Moshe, your boss, and no neighbor Buayan, until IMF say no Chino Cosiado this year next year, Copem say MPP, before Baman MPP TLCD, young call a year IMF because more the e-levy never kata bibiaso, e-levy be my acquire. E-levy bema quality education, e-levy be stabilize economy, e-levy bema GDP no nema to 2 year, e-levy bema inflation nema to 2 year. E-levy became more or less because she proud kind. I borrow some of them say Akuba. Now e-levy yes specific to say dear the first Mr. Onye beer ye name. So I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say is finally, yeah, well IMF. Why the IMF and why now? To me, same to you.
But us.
Remember the next 10-15 minutes.
But us. Now, you can pass the Cassimo. If I'm what you for, and sorry. What you for, and it will be a Wajibra or the follow programming. Now, my mention, I remember Parliament, the Royal James and Corsa. Now, mention MC, both the Chimanov and the South DC or the Chimanov, and MC or the Chimansa. Na mencha party from point for nyina ana Hitman upon you guys out here what upon HBH na mencha be chama ora doctor Steven Apiaje don come me chano na mencha me bra pani ifa nyatia ne say if it be IMF International Monetary Fund na you say is it the first time your political setting yet to sakasa no biana so obviously no and what you can na ebra o my kwan say yenge wo che so me fa kan say send near Messi corner ma bibia ba ko na mi ni bi on sa oni Hitman obetimi aka say mra NDC wo so moko IMF na MPP kan send bebre na nienti e kan send bebre no ye in some more catching in almost more quiet. Menum you wahane the then president, His Excellency John Dramani Mama Becca Chain and I say, Yahweh Namana Manaka Dumpe, Ntia IMF. That was the reason why Ntia Moko IMF. So say obey the number mount, not say Yedi Namama, 7 prejudice and Pragua, Messi Remianum Cramofo, Mono, Pragua, Service, Radiado, no, Kama, na Yadiasha Unsum, now they are to table so, wow, was radiating in Avi. After later, I catch academic painting, you dey quite brutally, no compress radia bon, now they are brea. Then I think say Ubia can once it. Ubi or don't mind Ghana piano, also can once it. Because, national pledge, I can, yeah, assassin. You only say, the same prep, you know, BBN said, you can once it. So the reason why Tiana can once them do one and say, and this what the catcher say, Namna de Mabe and Babia Manakadumpi, and Tia, but the IMF. So, and also it resists some sort of a spark, some sort of conversations be sir. So now, assuming send John Dwayne Mama Kano and one the reason, maybe that's a DNTI by equal IMF. This should be the bottom line of the argument. Then to me I had the difference between NDC IMF and the IMF, even though IMF. But you see it, man. So Bobo, now say you're the penalty to war. Na say obo say na a different from nipa and the striker yeah you keep up from the ball to line na so motion na obo to atwene me kan on the tea go penalty keeper them your stackers be brave on za ne wa about to atwene ne we so yeah you keep an crowd from mu ball no down no ne wa say about to atwene a difference be brave on za till now you be say the before kwa IMF the NTM before kwame baako ni say yenya global crisis a etu wiase nyina every be recession onza ni etu ye no kro nyamia no ni say atu wiase fa na nyina na me no bi ni say ye economy ya run e middle income economy and now growing economy. That means we are dependent on some economies onza say America economy function how they be function. The UK economy function how they be function. The German economy function how they be function. Omo dey crash how they be crash. That is how it is. But only Ghana dey be crash na UK dey because we are dependent on them. And ejina but now, we follow all the news items. BBC, Al Jazeera, CNN and Yekika, you could see say growing crisis all over. Nemano Kasa Grambo Boris Johnson and as a UK Prime Minister or reason. For reason being told, I mean to me say bia all this has to be because
I'm a finance minister and I say
no, me say
okay before now okay
Prime Minister Prime Minister resign and before so I resign account also. So if say who probe deeper we will say yes there may be other issues but the current crisis in UK COVID-19 can be and so attribute to the fact that say some resign. Those are some of the issues. So, US, just recently, the current president of the United States of America, ever catch the US when you now say, US gas epeja increasingly, like I think in May, over I think 15 or 16%. Nientia Basa say, Russia and Ukraine to contribute a lot of the facts. Money in so if the US come away buoyant the economy, then he could tell you say, you see, a nyadibia seven prejudice about say bia abaning one on money. And not so be here. Hitman, African countries are more IMF this year in Kwano, may have money in car, bet you be 15. Any African Kwano. African countries are more IMF in Kwano, may have money in car, bet you 50. So does that mean say bia yaban ye moyo modiana? These are some of the questions they bisa. Oh, but you see, what can go see here? Near question in say global crisis near sea. Now no so I'll push your mind be brave. I'm a IMF. Unlike send you can say and this is for Kobe. Near Bomachia, Nenesia Kobe. Timacho Muse, near and this Diamoqueno. Men come for the anchor, make come from Gamma say beer, share mismanagement. But then you see a crisis in the other. Unless they be a minute for being more political. And you see, I dare says here. Who are quite be brabbeting for one cast as a political communicator. because what gain what is doing when so obeji to me obedi man so and that should be and yes apa dia obi asem breaduasa all the economists and the subject to mind and the disadvantages and advantages and uncertainties economy no bia no ebeji atum say ni asi wo ya man wo from kakra bia ese osikimwa
bosia bebrebe a moje ye we no be free ho more you should say covid and you agree with me say covid and ho akade bia bae e ma sikampo a mode man say yemfa endendan ho fa covid ye di ye kura ma bi kae we covid siga sinche a bisia no bebre ekoji ska bebre bae so what happened in team manage the economy
Hitman no kro ye me ni ze me ni bi ni wa ni aban mi bros ye kwaje busan betu adwuma foka right at the heat of covid-19 untimi kan tell me say government sector friends employees be anywhere and as a government sector me phobia no enti omoka the be say scan ko for free van e betu omoka those are some of the questions that CBC aside that no government projects be bring ade na ye be say scan ye na ade ni ko fa no because we ni abri bia ya ban ebe anase Ghana aban be budget bia no your budget deficit embo from 1992 ye budget a ya ka se bia the 20 cedi ni be ye be di for a year na 20 cedi ni da order binya sida and menu me ya jitum se ya nya budget for covid-19 prior to 2020 budget ya nya budget for that ebetu ya okwan so it should tell you say ebetu okwan ma then ubay over expenditure cra ube do scan abroso because one you so ube to light kwa one you so beton so kwa one you so be no duane kwa one you say like all those things and bar along the way ni na onye one say but now why okufa scan ode at the same time your consistent government expenditure every month be so ye and no there it does scan be abeka wan na be gina ba bi e ba ko ni say a monument adwumafo kan sane monima no every month be say abanye yakofa say scan nyina won fa na dia so mpepi abebisa say sika enya no covid ni sound cro ne ba no nyina no to be frank ebasa na one year little fair to our government because so be just asem na it raise a lot of my friends saying comment and you know conversations about governance onisa Hitman me no ka say salary on IMF DR Congo Kobi, Guinea Bissau Kobi, Sao Tome and Principe Kobi, the Gambia Kobi, Senegal Kobi, Niger Kobi, Malawi Kobi, Somalia Kobi,
countries now
Senegal, Tunisia.
Their inflation GDP.
All right, so consider the inflation and the GDP of Tunisia. Tunisia suffer better than us economically, infrastructure-wise, everything. But they are going to IMF. So what is the argument? Oh, sir. So Hitman, you see, the say now let's take it say. And this MP before yabo amafo achia na yabo and this achia ne na yeso yebi but the circumstances surrounding the both of them no cannot be you know ultimately and can one step on that same level nyame kan say mebo aka me circumstances revolving and surrounding MPP IMF and the NDC IMF no a vast difference
difference in when they na
MPP dey na ye say NDC dey no
sir
yes.
Yeah, sure.
Oh yes.
From Wakuma Mupa.
Oh come on. Now you see,
I just want to know clearly from Wakuma Musibia.
Sure. No, like
yes.
Never member.
I'm surprised. Mabubusia over 240 billion plus, right? And Matis Macheda, until I'm say plus, 240 billion plus.
Yeah.
Aside IMF,
Pepi, who can say Bobosia? No, Edmonton. Who can say Bobosia 240 plus?
That's a fact.
That's by the debt stock, right? Debt stock now, you know, so they can say a friend South Africa. No, debt stock now, you know, so they go to South Africa. So now, that be the case. So obey deduction say and this for able to say.
No. Monkwamo dia debi. Monkwamo dia mo brain no. It's an open secret.
But they say now to be deducting we say because your debt stock. That means
I'll be honestly surprised if you tell me say your party have borrowed more than 240 billion plus.
Me say okay. No, means organ.
As a team of the communication, member of the communication team.
No, like someone who can wait, no.
Are you telling me on record? Say, as a regional communication team member of the biggest party NPP, Unya where said Mabro Bisia more than 240 billion. No, I see it to be surprised.
No, easy. One hour game, boy. No, you never know. You don't push me to know.
It's a me global. It's a me global.
Yeah.
It will be unfair. Say, me Joanna Mike, my production team, be a baby. No, be so globe. We. Why can't a sponsor Ghana team? Me say my name say Ejifas. But these are basic things every communicator know across the country.
It's not basic as you suggest.
No, it is because I know you. I know you to be somebody who have some of these things.
No, it's not basic. It's not basic.
Do you know where say more
no, you see,
over 240 billion.
Over. It may be says below, and I say it's above.
No, it's not. There's nothing like below.
No. It's going to 400 billion.
Can you Google? Okay, so can you Google?
So what is the exact figure?
We are giving you a free Wi-Fi here to Google.
So what is the exact figure? It's going to. What's the exact figure? You get that? And you see, listen. Debt on Hitman T. One thing about debt is we bet you total debt of this. But I did bet you now swat me boy. So intimate.
No, the records of Bank of Ghana.
Last quarter.
Yeah.
It's a 390 billion plus.
So
last quarter. Last quarter, how many months from last quarter? Oh no, say it to ya. Every day in day out, we are still contracting loans. That is it. Because every day government gives out loans and stuff.
So you see it, man. In the next 3 minutes.
You see, let's emphasize on your mom. What I'm saying is, so consider the MPP IMF and the NDC IMF. Yes, Rebecca said, Mudia ne one person here, so be at me. But the issue at hand, they say, MPP the equi, and louder was NDC. Yes, though, you can't send me before my dear. But you see, Hitman, Penford Quacket was a Sebi, or Bobby Ne, once another. Me boy. And to Bobby again, equi, Yamagan say. I bring between a more Babiana. Maybe so, man.
I don't know, Levy could not survive.
Thank you for saying that. You see, one thing about IMF, they say, what proposal would determine the conditionalities.
Okay.
So now, and this is when I'm not making when Omodi propose the conditions were that. You have one more thing fixing economy, but the issue is, Mama funding forward on this period.
Do you know the conditions that is popping up as far as Modi is concerned?
On to say, Babano, you don't know it. Yes, on say, so now the issue is that
2 minutes.
11 Abano, everything you're pushing to a certain ladder. Everything Obama, friends saying disadvantage and now NBC, I'm the phenomenon. Yeah, the so you see, most of the times, before say, Uber be an also for any question, piano, and so prepare Ufi. I tell you, say, even 11 Kakaka Crazy, everything you're pushing. Aside that revenue at that day, same point for number down number share, no more average revenue every month. Everything about some certain conditions are Nanka, Ebia, Yeni, and some African countries are Mokono or Ebequatiamono, Yan Contiesa. You get that? So these are some of the 5 ways I the manager.
Okay, so
yes, though, and now for Babia, as a Tiasiano or Ponka, but I believe, sir, with time, Ghana for the Tiasian.
Mate, also coming to you again. So TMPP ni binom so ase NDC so mo ya nyatwom because one more can only acquire IMF. Why? Because you delay in the passage of the e-levy. More criticize e-levy. You polluted the mindset of Ghanaians. Say my embrace e-levy na e-levy no emfahwe mane ade. So tie Gabi Ocheda ko ne MPP mpanyimfo ni bia ka mo gi levy to ntem na mwanye buga propaganda neme or parliament or nekwayanka skaba because e-levy was coming to stabilize the economy. Na e-levy no buy banning na nkeba ama ya kwan ya akekam ya yi anso sam ya hwaye one village one dam atoa so free SHS atoa so e-levy nkeba abe solve problems e bring. But from the genesis of e-levy NDC mwa bohu dewura bomunto kuru aka ma atogana fochim ama sika na yehwehwe free e-levy mu anya ntina yakoduru IMF ave yakoduru IMF a ase NDC fo matwa fufuo control mo amana to nkwan mu no asa tom life so money agibi IMF wo mu ko are there asem
hits Michelle na machia ahwefo na me den check ama the NDC fraternity also the because it's the biggest family in this country na me den check ama honorable school future me and I'm an MP lawyer Elizabeth Fosu Ajare. But I think it maybe a question of the e-learning. I think the basic question of this Chume said is DNT and NDC call IMF and a DNT also call IMF. Emma Osha say is basically mismanagement on the part of the NDC and John Dramani Mahama. And here call IMF. No more IMF no more con the peculiar different. And yet mismanagement in here more corner global pandemic ne Russia Ukraine ne sani volunteer more call IMF. Na empo President Mahama ka say yawi namno ama akadumpi. Good. It's never true. Say NDC and John Dramani Mahama went to IMF because of mismanagement. And yet mismanagement in here. Obiaka sa entro. Hitubekaya at the time of President Kofo if you kunyaso no or pass a single spine salary structure. That pay policy no. At that time, the total wage bill was around 1.5 billion. So President Mills Mahama ebeto sa passage no, and they have to white paper also we implement into law. Or we implement it, your pay policy jumped to around 7.5 billion without any recourse to income or inflows to be a eba mine. Tinama government income structure no na ahochre abam. But then government has to find ways and means and do it. At that time, say Rebecca no prayer. Now your global meltdown. Almost major commodities of this world, especially gold, cocoa. Na kofo. Kese pa. Ana income ana expect no. No, ema. That was a period in Suana. You started oil production, and you revenue from the oil. And then also global oil prices and so na akofo. Because September even went to Parliament with I think $60 per barrel. And around $30. That means half of the income I will anticipate no ebeko. And the necessity may pass ESLA to show up that kind of revenue yenya. That period in Ankasa so obekaya 2016. Yentime 10 months down the line, yentime oil production. Na Jubilee Falls. Na FPS no. Tie bearer na abriki into the whole of 10 months of 2016 no oil income into that 2016 kind of economy no, was more or less non-oil economy and my GDP grew 3.4 nobody said NDC by the time President Mills Mahama assumed office now so that was a raise over 4 billion ni na count ma President Mahama gaza yari nam na akadom pino nothing because now some now a kind of say debts and most of the banks na banks no BDCs na je sika bebre omo ho na government didn't mean to the part of that debt no na hang ya na ma ahochire aba. So this informed the government going toward IMF ni NDC John Dramani Mahama krane dum so Sombekaya, Dumso shall say around 2013, 2014. And obedient to me in country said Dumso any negative effect in the economy. And I dare anybody say, Obioka says John Mahama and Dumso by and that person I'll continue to say that person is highly illiterate in our energy sector.
Under his watch.
So under his watch, Obeto energy portfolio saying, and or saying, and a make Dumso. Obeto 2000. No, be 1,300 American Dumzwana. Over the years, successive government will be about also the first thermal plant was 1998 by President Ross about the thermal plant.
Yeah.
And no 1998 you call Dumzo that time na Bill Clinton bagana ana dum so high adwin so President Rawlings negotiated with Bill Clinton ni benya abo setema plant ebe so ya sena kakra ma ya from 2004 coming 2006 and na dum so sai hit under President Kofo na obeka yenye T2 T1 T2 ni benya apon ebe kan ho kakra and also eso ya sena obeka na ma President Kofo koma o ma recuperable kokra toy transformers bia na antimanya hwe no so President Nelson so by ebe retrofit aboase thermal plant retrofit akosomo emenya additional energy kakra be kan ho so from 2014 no because of oil na yenya o country no na economy ni grow enti na demand for energy high then President Mahama ka say no ababy aba no ososo na asene this time around we have to go all out and get the energy we needed enunti ojitumu say ono afa sad crisis nine ato no so and he will fix it and ema yenya car power yenya Mary yenya send power asogli ni nyina be kan ho by the time of President Mahama Efe Kunyanso now we were close to 5,000 megawatts and to catch them say ono na didum so baya in what sense so buy na yo nkania ho na ne mismanagement nti may reduce the energy generation aye and answer what but he took responsibility that na penso this issue I'll fix it by the admonitions on G2 say ne penso be fix it no ye the dum so target and he fixed it because in March 2016 Dr. Baumia on I think Joy FM e ka say na Mahama asolve dum so a dey na why so these are the things na Emma economy na stuck so you want to go to IMF I'm coming by the Sunday morning you be call IMF you fit preoccupy na call IMF we went for Senji Bakai
I agree but it was based on your reckless borrowing that led to the IMF.
How much were we borrowing at that time? President Mahama
says
the borrowing
running mate now the vice president
and then at that time then we were servicing our debt interest and amortization was 10 billion.
Borrowing was reckless
in what sense and then interest and amortization 50 billion at that time we were servicing our interest and amortization at 10 billion. How can you say 10 billion and 50 billion are the same? Reckless in what sense? John Mahama was doing smart borrowing. And now what they are borrowing to consume you. John Mahama was borrowing on the balance sheet of most of our agencies and the government institutions. John Mahama borrowed on the balance sheet of Ghana Airport Company. M8 million terminal 3. John Mahama borrowed on the balance sheet of Ghana Airport what is it Harbour GPA on the GPA balance sheet no borrow 1.5 billion and the year Tema expansion and Takrada expansion. She was doing smart borrowing per the balance sheet of these agencies. But what they won't borrow you consume. So that is never true that John Mahama administration mismanaged economy until call IMF. Now call IMF. What were the gains? One, we had policy credibility. For that reason, there were so many investors, FDIs, buy. Because of say call IMF, who say we are disciplined, we are going by the tenets of our incomes. And a boy may stimulate the economy. No, and may 2 additional oil fields. So I say, am I expand the economy? No, and may so much buffers. At the time of President Mahama Efe Kunyaso no, na buffers I support the economy no was huge. Ojai 800 million Ghana cedis in the sinking fund. Ojai 1.2 billion Ghana cedis in the stabilization fund. Ojai $300 million in the Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund. Ojai $320 million in Ghana Exim Bank. How can you say that this huge buffers Emma Obi mismanaging economy? Back to our moment now, say because of global crunch in the why.
Ukraine, Russia,
and
then
COVID-19.
Yeah.
Master, COVID is a blessing to this government than any country. Through COVID, this government has had in excess of 33 billion Ghana cedis. Without COVID, Komunya says cannot. COVID, IMF, pre-COVID, $1 billion. Post-COVID, $1 billion. Omo stabilization fund ekoyi $270 million from the stabilization fund. Omo nya $540 million from EU. Omo assigned to COVID fund enya over 600 and something million from it. In all, they had about 33 billion. Because of COVID, omo just support for Bank of Ghana in excess of 20 billion Ghana cedis. Now no finance minister Obebu Akonta saying also must spend 12 billion. So COVID crowd give them more money. And they can't say COVID in tea. Omo watch to the extent say and no nama oyeko COVID. Now hit Russia Ukraine war and only Kongonte bag 2016 turn 200 Ghana and the Kongonte bag 650 and you can Kongonte free Russia and Ukraine. Kongonte.
Say
Yankra. Into Russia Ukraine na money on Kongonte. Kongonte boy dey. Cassava banche. And no ko banche dwom tetimdwom. Banche boy dey say enem ponzu ato a banche ni tunye dey no kura banche boy dey. Abobo ya no under 2016 ni turn 1.2 120 Ghana and e ko be 600 700 Ghana. So Russia Ukraine money e wo ye how no e pure mismanagement and thievery. And am I be do be edri krono na e wa aban we mu a omonya omadwen se ombeja krono no bo kakra na yense kan omudi ni nyafunyafu no e na de yemba be edi edri because all the borrowings are omonya ni nyina no e bi no ye concessionary kitwe bi ni nyina go through euro bonds and local bonds ye ba de be bu consolidated fund no omudi ni nyafunyafu COVID, they should tell us.
One district, one factory.
How many factories have they built from scratch? Apart from seven almost two existing companies like John Mahama ye bia na traso. Go and read Ghana Rising Industries and you see number of companies that John Mahama started build them from scratch. Any BOS is support over 50
1 million to each constituency.
Toilet Masa, this government by last quarter, they've had total resource envelope, total revenue, 500 billion in 6 years. 500 billion Ghana cedis in 6 years. John Dramani Mahama, 8 years, Mills Mahama administration, they had 200 billion. And you can see evidently, we need. Can you say same for this government? 300 billion on the idea. Assume is there, yen corner. Omukra John Mahama 8 years old. We moved 6 years. 500 billion resource envelope. You know there. I did put a ben pan on there. Amaye who said there's a total transformation in this country. For nothing at all, you can talk of Atuabo gas. President Mahama Mills and ne Atuabo gas almost $1 billion. Almost spending I think 800 million. Nya ka the other auxiliary.
And the 2 minutes na men.
And Atuabo gas. Annually, it's giving us over $300 million as income. Smart borrowing, or borrowing your money, and would the hepana a direct effect because they want to consume. Okay, I was free SHS. I'm on this flashy program. Free SHS, one district, one country, one village, one dam, one district, one constituency. In all their flashy projects. Okay, can you know, Boomer, free SHS plus everything. It won't cost you 50 billion Ghana cedis. So the 500 billion above on Semuno, Niakaram de with the flashy program in Yakram say they've succeeded. Free SHS.
COVID by or much.
I've already told you, say they've had in excess of 33 billion. Now, Finance Minister Abe accounted for 12 billion. Into COVID,
So they
can't blame this their IMF they are going, but I doubt say IMF for Kwabemon bailout because the books is totally
okay. So
nasty.
Chuma say Nipa Bibi Pabe Free Nazareth Aba Yebisa say going to the IMF na economy say Bibi Pabe Free Maba.
That's what I say. No,
but that's my main area. Me person here.
And your motion intimate.
Yeah, mate. Me person me who say IMF na economy. Yeah. Bibi Pabe Free Nazareth, Bibi Pabe Free Maba.
Why not? But we see many Panyakas or can't total transformation NDC. So until so betting approve with our transformation on the bear, no, I doubt it. say enya no kwese omo kasa omo ye bibisa and you see on the more serious note or say ya bobosia can flashy programs can this can that that's the only thing no cramp no muniam there you see yam for social intervention in 20 and this is 2016 elections omo campaign ni nyina no na based on infrastructure oba techima na omo the NDC dey 8 years techima na yi NDC betimi aka brafi meboa and them no kasa MB betimi abona na abena market ultra modern market meboa NDC atimi anje bi o techima meboa ya ultra ya see from the scratch we are no fewer nem no kasa your original coordinating your original capital yes original coordinating council powerful edifice now these are big ones everything are content with this now yamra the smaller ones ukotachima senior high school yeah we say 12 unit classroom block yeah we plus other auxiliary facilities we are no fewer uko a friend is work refer kwati ankoma tubodom and the kika one and your high schools are made bodin for senior high school was the edifice as you say and call the 12 unit classroom block mienu and the DSO omsa etwa nya no nkon okosunya kwanso a krobia nu obetia ka say MPP abanya ntache when it comes to infrastructure me say sunya nkwan tachima sunya kwanso krobia nu adise obobidi na machiro obobidi say muni project what in body Adam is your
Maybe
so
Sunyani Techima and what happened?
Me no me say o for Techima South constituency for Sunyan Kwanso na any one chi abosie me boa
Yenebe
one chi abosie right that is it so until say one chi be bosie no bubon kra won nyina be si Techima kro ma na me nchiro ba bi any project ho e ba school then 6 in classroom 12 in classroom all this classroom block you be ho and this is the campaign me boa all these things we have some
factories are here in Obuno East.
Factories are here. And this is saying.
The business.
Tell me, me a friend I take book I maintain starch factory. Ah yes, is your boy you mean the money correct. The boy. One year, money for clothing. One year. Obed.
Okay, I tell you,
and this is saying.
They be made both.
No, Mr.
This was your flashy program. Okay, so can you give me list?
You give me some.
Mambo ba can pay 2 be account.
Oh, pay 2. Now, baby, I'm going to. Mambo be the most mobidi. And this mobidi. Donny in 2008 manifesto under industrialization. And this vocabulary said they will trickle in the industries to every local level. And this 8 years omo ti my industry back what Techima and Abunist. Omo ti my map be achiro. And this mobi. Omo bo Techima tomato factory and I no kufo ni see you. You see it man. It end this for na there MPP ni asem so. It na be bia betimika. But the issue is that whatever they say won't was because emre bia chena Ghana for yare be friend every few na there ya want to because ya dura no. Nti bibia ni a ya ni ga organ ya yum. Na Hitman no be say I am preventing solve your problem now. Yes, on some side, yes. Because, and now we check it, the growing inflation at every given point in time, which means, oh, you have to petrol, you have to diesel, you have to cement, and you see, because I say, petrol, diesel, and our food, essential commodities, you know, I bring you able to I can all the various commodities. So now, you mean the sudden test our press and our cost. Hitman. We are government, not some prepping who person raising funds education who economy. I don't know consider and say who consider sector bank near amount for patronizing Kasipa. Aside patronization, no, if I cramp one, say me the bibqua, menya fast wanted. All these things come into play. And in Indian prepping pressure quarter petrol near food and the other one say, I say economy pressure the economy so. And in prepping ye pesca free baby, na they are very basic and you know the normal expenditure. And in here, by only say IMF, Ejetum, now some more say every month this is the amount that we are going to cushion you with that. Everything about stabilize the economy for some time. I'm a Ghana for say I want you mukomuno, almost said I need Kumusa. But you see it, mommy, I'm telling this on authority say, yeah, bail out everybody. And I say condition is I am a better thing you may this for because. Yeah, the fundamentals of the economy right now, even though we are saying it's not good, but it's better than the NDCs. Yes, you see, me bra banye
the inflation is at where at the moment?
What's it?
The inflation is at which
You know it. You're a journalist. You know it.
Assuming I don't know.
Assuming you don't know. I know you know it, so there's no need.
I don't know. I want my viewers
Thank God
to
you assume. Thank God you assume. So let's move on.
But you're a communicator. You can share
thank
what
God,
I say.
you see, assume. You said
inflation. I do say.
Who said, man? You're a journalist, right?
The inflation GDP.
What? If I made a politician, radio for my father was educating Ghana for me, boy. You should educate them. You know it better.
But you help me educate them.
No, you do it. You're a journalist.
Same thing, you know.
So the American say, pay inflation.
You can pay me with inflation. Don't say, Monkrata mo de kwame from the BBI ni ye, and it's better than that of the NDC.
So
but we have to make a quick comparison.
The issue is that economic yes. Inflation.
I just ask a simple question.
On a rampant level. But you see, inflation some conditionalities. Who books new documents are there?
Which
average revenue
which collaborates with the inflation? Books, you know, you better check inflation, GDP,
yeah.
And so that's what I was asking.
But you see, inflation currently, the master decider.
Okay, dollar currently.
It's my money. There be can radio stations. You can know. I don't think I have to say it because.
Oh no, but
I'm
on 40 you. Say me bibi na bisa. Say on so beti actually.
As him say you.
I mean.
Let's say you know it. So it don't make am question is all other things being equal. Ye bailout IMF the man it would be better than the NDCs. Yes though and check it. The normal technological world, I believe say, and ya advanced kakrat in time and NDC war. But you could see say, yes, proposal ya trade my IMF. At least it was a little richer than the NDC for the Koyano. I break one of COVID-19 yo. I break now Russia Ukraine now problem. Is it all can say Russia Ukraine can go down. Is it the issue is that Hitman. And never know can say produce wheat and this millennia they kesipa Ukraine for. Aside that, baby produce this fertilizer and this animal so. Untimi kanja this Eastern European countries see. Russia no can be. Recent woman be near 1 year to say, yes, fertilizer short. Ammonia and sacro burning are short. About the 10 years short. Santa man to consider this are short. And as if be global economy. All is that. Never to Nigeria to Ghana, Ghana. Never to Morocco, Ghana. Because you know, yes, now I'm in African United to say, you be African intercommunity. Okay, and 1 minute, let me call you. So it tells you, say, you baby, I do know, as I did to be a to be. Okay, thank you very much. So it was no, just say, free IMF about and pay more records. Crata, my name of the coach IMF, you know, as far but better than normal time, no, because Crata, my economy, economy no much CC in the command, until Omoqua, Casatin Timbi and Shadam. No, I say I'm a better now. You also your mom, no, I don't know.
It's so interesting because under John Romani Mahama, one could just came from Bank of Ghana. I'm supporting the budget. Momako did 20 billion recently. 20 billion, 22. But Bank of Ghana reported 20 billion. Budget support from the Bank of Ghana. I am a former cono hate a me empire me bonne say I am a fonjo muntu. But if you look at their books, I doubt say I am a bailout here. Because books ni nye chrono ketaze resources so I don't know how IMF will look at you and say they bail out no dey mount. But the good thing is to say IMF IMF na IMF more bail out. It ebe Ghana a lot. In a sense say Olma nya kwa nware wiem bim. What do I say? IMF will not allow you to hide these luxurious jets and fly in the air and bath. IMF will not allow you. IMF me use cathedral as a vehicle